assets.
Okay, so in this section, we are going to look at marketing strategy, then also create a relationship between marketing strategy and marketing plan. So, in our later sessions, we shall see benefits of marketing plan and marketing strategies, and also add on some social media marketing, but not necessarily not in this lecture for today. So, what is a marketing strategy? So, a marketing strategy is like you arranging your game, and you want to play your game some way so that when you play that way, you win at the end of the game. You score goals, and even you can even score the Premier League of what? of the business. So what is the overall is the business is this is the overall business plan or the game of the plan or of the business for reaching a prospective those prospective consumers. So before you have the the person buying your product, that person is not referred to as a customer, but because he can consume the product, so we call that person a consumer. So you can find that the hotel serves food. Yes, people eat food, so they are consumers of food, but they have never gone there to buy. So they are not yet customers, but they are consumers. So prospective consumers. So what is the game about? Is a game is reaching prospective customers and turning them, so prospective consumers, and turning them into customers. You reach out the prospective consumers and then turn them into customers of the products and services that you render. So for that case, that is the marketing business. The marketing strategy is all that game, that arrangement that you have to reach out to those prospective consumers. Prospective consumers are those consumers who may and are likely to need the product and then can even demand for it and actually buy it, then consume it. The moment they buy, they start to be the customers. So what is contained in a marketing strategy? So in the marketing strategy, we see that there is value proportion. Value proportion, we show that as benefits that the company gains from the customer, and what also the customer can gain from the products and services of that company or organization. Then when you agree on the value proportion, that means that you have prepared very well your product so that it is in line with benefiting the customer need, and it is in line with what the customers actually need, and so that when the customers test this product, they actually experience the value out of this product. Then after that, the product is ready, you design a message. So that is what you are seeing here as the key brand messaging. You design a message which will run either by word of mouth or through media. We could use billboards, posters, radio, television. You can use all newspapers. mhm, or flyers. So on social media, those messages. So you organize the message in such a way that this message explain the value proportion of that product to the customer. Can also tell how the can even tell the customer some unique features of the product and the fashions or designs of the product. Even can look at what we call the market mix, which we shall see later. So this message is what do you want the customer to perceive or to receive in sound and also in vision by seeing. That is the message. And then data, you also need to collect data on target customer demographics. The word demographics means what's the nature of customer by age, demographics by age, what age group do you target, okay, for your customers to be. Then you can also have demographics of size. Then you can also have demographic of either literate or illiterate, or you can have those demographics so that you're able to know what specifically are the characteristics of the what of the customers who are to consume this product and who may need the product. So that demographics is database, is data collected from the field, where we will see that is the target where the target market is. So when you collect the data, you can now strategize your message properly for that specific target audience. Then afterwards, you see that the marketing strategy, if you want to strategize in marketing, we have the 4 P's, which others call the marketing mix. These 4 P's range, like we have here the product. Let the product be designed, fashioned, and presented to the taste of quality of the customer. Let that product be that exceptional or good for the customer. Product here also covers services. Then let the price also be competitive in the market. It means that setting prices through costing, the organization or your company should consider the production costs of the product and also the margins, what you add onto the production costs to come up with the price. Production costs includes also packaging and also the margin, what you add to construct the price. So this price, you compare it with the market prices of competitors, so that you go in the market knowing that your product will be competitive and the customers will actually afford it. Otherwise, if you go blindly, like market myopia, and you go to the market without having known what the prices of the substitute goods, those other goods which are in line with your product. For example, producing water, you are not the only one producing water in the world. There are even those who are producing it. What price have they set? So that you set your price knowing that you're going to in a market which is competitive, having other players. So that is in pricing. Then place, that is a location of the product. So place, where can the customers find the product? Is it sorry?
Like market.
The marketplace? Yes.
Yeah, marketplace.
Where exactly are the customers going to find your product? You could be producing the product far away from the customers. So you have to find a way of distributing. So in placing the product, you set a distribution channel to make sure that the product is accessible to the customers. But also you make sure that these locations where the product is, these places, the outlets, the agents, the retailers are known to the customers, so let the customers know where your services or products are located, and they can actually access them in close proximity, near the customer. Then we also have this is promotion. So promotion involves all marketing drives, driving the product to the minds of the customers, so that the mind of the customer keeps thinking about the product, and also making sure that the product is favored. The customer prioritizes on making sure that he gets this product. So how do you arouse the interest of the customer to keep buying? That's now you need to do promotional activities. Some people use drives, others use reward programs, programs rewarding customers who have consumed the product some way, either through the applications or by driving into the communities and awarding some gifts to customers who have consumed a product. Others give discounts. There are several strategies for promotion. Other people give points.
Other gives like if you buy one, we give you one, like that.
Yes, others give those offers to make sure that more is sold, and then the brand to sink deep into the market, so that you become competitive. So those are the 4 P's of the marketing, of effective marketing. And then others or others are call them marketing mix.
This for P's.
Yes.
We use it in the operation again.
Yes.
Also.
They are there.
In business operations, they are also there. You need to, because you can't operate. This business is one.
It's all related to each other.
It's a business, but sometimes they confuse us. Like we find some words in the operation, and like in the 2 subjects, you can find the same word, and it confuses us sometimes.
It's because you're talking about the same business.
Yeah, it's the same business. Yeah, of course. But sometimes it's how can this one work here and work there? Like,
yes. So So effective marketing should revolve. You've seen that it has got to make sure that it rotates around, making sure that there is value proportion, value flowing from the company back to the what? To the consumers or the customers, and from the customers back to the company. It's a balance and a mutual benefit between the customer and the company products. So when that one fails, then marketing is likely to fail, because the customers say, you people, we even hear you on radio and television, we see you sponsoring the Premier League on television, we see you, but when we take your products, don't proportionate, you don't balance with your what we see. The value is too small, yet we see you in big promotional ambiances, those platforms. So the customers here need to see that value proportion. So the ultimate goal is of the marketing strategy is to achieve and communicate sustainable competitive advantage over all rival companies. Rival companies are those companies which are
product is the same product.
Yes. The products of these companies is of the same function or the same value composition. That trying to differentiate is hard. So you have to hit the competition, but now you're fighting for the minds and the hearts of the consumers, but using a product and the service as a tool, as a tool. So one who reaches more and satisfies more customers with the need of that need is the one that takes over the market. And the more you get, the more you grow wider. So that means that if there is a marketing strategy, then this marketing strategy, you have sought for ways of reaching out to the market and satisfying this market. You've found ways, that's the strategy. And then you are reaching out to this market and finding ways of making sure that the customers keep on receiving the value proportion and they are reached out in large numbers. So if you have found that that particular path you're going to take, then you need to document that design into what you call the marketing plan. Yes. So the marketing plan is a document that details the specific types of marketing activities a company is going to conduct, and it also has timelines for when each activity has got to be rolled out, to be launched into the community, so that it is actually initiated in that community. You can initiate one, after that you bring another in that sequence, so that you make sure that your customers have increasing, and at the same time they are getting aware. Then they get you reach out to them, find them, attract them. You also find a way of keeping them and then increasing them. So this is what we see as a marketing plan. Is really a document But the one we have seen as a marketing strategy had value proportion, sharing the value of the product with to make sure that you get to the customers. Then those strategic ways, those are the main routes or avenues you have to undertake so that you reach to the customer. But the other plan is a documentation.
Yeah.
So all plans must be documented, but you're documenting so that the strategy is what you are writing. Yes. And then later on you'll be achieving that strategy. So all that we see that we can be doing in marketing, yes, the plan is saying, but they are arranged in such a way that after implementing the plan, also the strategy is achieved. The strategy is achieved. So the plan is always arranged in a sequence, activity by activity and period by period, to see that everything, every activity is executed or implemented in a logical sequence, in an orderly way.
And marketing plan, it depends on the strategy. I put the strategic plan, the strategic marketing first, and then I put the plan.
You put the strategy first, then you plan according to the what? The strategy. You can have a strategy which is long term, and also now you create a plan which implements part of the strategy. After that plan it has been implemented, another plan is also designed to implement another part of the strategy. So it is strategy first, then plan follows the strategy. You plan according to the strategy. If you plan without strategy, the plan loses meaning.
Yeah.
So you see that for those who are close to the lake, those who are going to say we are going to get fish by nets, not by hooks. The strategy is you use nets to get the fish.
Yeah.
So the plan can be making the net, one of the activity. The other one can be buying the net or buying the materials that make the net. Then getting one who knows how to lay the nets in water. Because the strategy is to use the net to get the fish. The strategy can also tell you the size of the fish that you need. So one who is making the net will make the net size, just net the eyes of the net to the size of the fish you want. So if you don't have the size of the fish you want, but you want fish, then you also don't have whether you should use nets to get the fish, then possibly you don't have the strategy. You struggle to, people will say use the hooks, then you go for hooks, and then as you're using the hook, someone tells you no, if you use the nets you will get more fish, then you keep running around.
Exactly, because you are working without the strategy, without planning.
You're working without strategy. You can't be focused.
Yeah.
So benefits of a marketing strategy. You see, marketing strategy helps a company direct its advertising spends or expenditure to where it will have to have more impact. You only concentrate to where you will have more impact, and where you will not have impact, you don't, because the strategy is it giving you a direction. Without strategy, you are directionless and purposeless. So the firm with a documented marketing strategy, were more likely to report success in the marketing campaign. You see that? So where there is a marketing strategy which is documented, then the marketing campaign yields more success. Then we have also the other element in the marketing strategy can tell us how to advertise and the kind of messages that should be used during advertisement, or how to make outreaches. You move to the communities and say, now we're going to northern Uganda, we're going to eastern Uganda. When we reach there, this is the message we give, and they package the message in such a way that maybe user activities match with what the people in that community prefer. So if there is a marketing drive in communities like Western Uganda, where they give more of gifts like cows, they value them, and then you initiate a gift of giving goats to communities which value cows more than goats. They will not value. Someone who comes to that community and is giving cows will overtake all your marketing efforts and override them. So how are you going to have outreaches, reaching out the communities? And then the aspect of PR campaign. PR campaign is public relations, relating with the public. Public relations is quite different from marketing. So public relations is like you set a way of how you can easily interact and get involved in community affairs for building a good relationship, a good collaboration with the society. So there they are what you call they are called the publics. So you can find what are the publics for your institution. For schools, the publics, you have the parents, those are stakeholders, the publics, the community around. So public relations, you don't focus more on who is my consumer. You go with everybody, including the ones who are not your target customers or target consumers, who are not necessarily that you will sell to them. So public relations doesn't focus on making sales. It focuses on making sure that people see you as a good company. That's where you see that a road is built because you share the same road with the neighbors. So you work around to build the road with the neighbors in public relations. And if there is anybody who has lost a relative around the village, you go, your company goes and even gives condolences in public relations for the welfare and for the good of of everyone. Though in public relations there is an aspect which we saw called the corporate social responsibility. But here, the marketing strategy will entail the advertising outreaches, campaigns, the PR campaigns to be carried out. So they are what the firm is going to use to, and how it is going to have those campaigns, and then how will the company measure the effect of each initiative. So each activity that the company undertakes, it has got to measure its effect in terms of is it increasing on customers? Is it increasing on sales volumes? Are we increasing in sales revenue, money? Are we known? Are we increasing being known? You saw the example where a company set a marketing message that when you go to a shop and you want to buy flour, say, I want Wunga. But there is a brand called Wunga, I think produced by Pembe wheat. Those who produce Pembe. They produce also maize flour called Wunga. So for them, they said, when you go to the shop, these days you don't say I want flour. You say I want Wunga. So the language is Wunga. Meaning that if you went to a shop and you say give me Wunga, they'll give you that brand, the product for Pembe. So that was their message. So what does it marketing contain? So we conduct market research to know what is the need for the customers. This marketing strategy contains the aspect of marketing research. We get the needs of the customers and the changes that customers have, for experiences which are not in line with customers, what customers need. Then we also have to look at the 4 P's which we've seen: product, price, promotion,
yes,
and place. Then when we've set up the marketing strategy, we document it by organizing the activities in a logical sequence or in an orderly sequence, one following another, so that the strategic objectives and goals are achieved. So this documentation is actually what we call the marketing plan. So the other is now to explain what actually is involved in market research and the findings of market research, then what is involved in the 4 P's, and then what is involved in marketing planning. This is market planning. So that one we are going to add on it.